they're running around wondering what's going on. You can tell them you had over $100,000 in your account and it's gone, and they told you it's the trustees have it. So they're using it for their bankruptcy. So Forbes and others are asking, what does this have to do with their bankruptcy? You know, it's been secured to pay, I guess, for other expenses of MF Global. Isn't that just special, Gerald?
Yeah, but this is what they do. It's a criminal operation. Like I said to the guy when he told me this news, I said, who decided this? Meyer Lansky and Al Capone? You're giving me this line of baloney? Oh, the guys decided to put it with a trustee? This is my money out of my account. It's like going into your bank and taking the money out of your account. It's as simple as that. And again, I've been doing this since 1978. This has never happened before in all of the trading of commodities since I've known about it. This is unprecedented. And there are businesses that are going under because of how they've been leveraging out to secure future prices. You know, fortunately, you know, I don't want to lose this money, but it's not going to ruin me. It's ruining a lot of people. Oh, yeah. Some people, it's their whole savings. And when some local scam artist does it, they go to the pen for 20 years. When these guys do it, we just found a law firm. You know, it's hurting me a lot. You know, but it just doesn't bring me down. And I've worked hard for this money. And there have been times in my life when I've had nothing. You know, I've had my bad
No. You sacrificed to build to where you are.
You know, so now they're taking my hard-earned money and they're giving Corzine a lot of beautiful space in the newspapers that the public relations firms that he hires say what a wonderful guy he is. As I said, the SOB would have been better off dead in that car accident he was in rather than ruin so many people's lives, because he's another one of those greedy money junkies who's worth an estimated, according to the reports, $500 million. But $500 million wasn't enough. Didn't get him up there with the other money junkies, did it? So he had to go pull off this major scam. Where's the money, and how come we're not getting it? Why was it robbed from our accounts? There's no reason for it. And let's be clear, you weren't invested in the MF Demon Global. You had another company that you invested with. It was your account. They came and took that company over and then sucked the money out. And breaking, this just came out on Bloomberg. There's now a law firm has filed suit today. We'll put it back up on screen, a big high-powered group. They were on Bloomberg in New York. So this is big. They've angered a lot of people. This is Bernie Madoff type stuff. Tibbetts, Keating, and Butler, LLC New York, and Connecticut-based law firm is now representing clients in the matter of MF Global's bankruptcy and the improper seizure of clients' segregated funds. And again, you read into the article from Bloomberg, they're admitting this is like robbing a bank account. They are now bank robbing people, as you said on RT today. That's right, Alex, and I've been saying on your show over and over and over again, and of course, I didn't think this was going to happen. I had no idea. You know, I've been dealing with this company for years. And it wasn't like, you know, they were running my money. It was just like opening a stock account with Schwab. No different than that. And then all of a sudden, your Schwab account is emptied out because Schwab stole your money. That's all I'm talking about. So I had no idea. But what I'm warning people, and I've been saying over and over again, mark my words, they're going to declare an economic martial law. They're going to steal your money just like they're stealing mine. And they're going to make up some bogus excuse like, oh, the Iranians, or the North Koreans, or Al-Qaeda, or Mother Goose, or somebody is going to be the reason why we're closing the banks. And they're going to devalue the dollar. And they've done it before under FDR in 1933. And they're going to do it again. Gerald Celente, I know you're going through a lot right now, not just having the 6 figures stolen, but if somebody came to my house and stole $10, it would make me mad. It's the violation. I mean,
Tell us briefly the timeline of when you learned this, the thoughts that went through your head. I mean, this is what you've been predicting, but it's actually hitting you. I mean, it's incredible. It's like Job or something. And then in closing, what you personally are planning to do, and any other closing comments about where you see things going, Gerald Celente.
It happened last Monday around 11 o'clock in the morning. And I got a call from the brokers saying that they wanted more money to cover my positions, my open positions, December contracts. And I said to him, I have plenty of money in my account. What are you, kidding me or what? And then he told me the deal about Linda Waldock had been bought out by MF Global. And I didn't know that, didn't pay any attention to it. Every time I'd pick up the phone, to call them, place an account, Linda Waldock, they'd answer the phone.
So at first it hadn't really dawned that this heist was happening.
No, and I never put the connection with MF Global. I knew about what was going on with MF Global, been reading about it, but I never put the connection together that it was my commodities account, because I'm reading about this Corzine character dealing in bonds with buying European bonds.
Okay, so they string you along. Tell us about that. What was the play-by-play?
So now, he tells me I have to put money in my account. I said, I'm not going to put money in my account. You have my account. No, you don't have your account. Your account is now with a trustee. They closed out all my positions, and they took my money, and they're holding it.
And you got to love how they spin it. They take your 6+ figures and then spin it like, now give us more money. Like somehow you are in arrears.
Exactly. and even though I'm up on my contracts. So in other words, they closed out my contract, let's say at $1,767 an ounce, but I had bought it way, way lower than that. And now it's at $1,790. And they still want me to pay. It wasn't like I was losing on these accounts. They want more money. I said, I'm not giving you more money. Then we're closing out your account.
Yeah, by the way, I bet they went to all their clients and did that, and I bet they kept what the old ladies and stuff that got more in there. They probably snapped that up, and that's how the cons always work, and said, now give me more and you'll get it back. And then you give more in.
Exactly. So now I'm trying to get answers. Is the account insured? First they tell me yes, and then they tell me no. Commodities accounts are not insured. Where's my money? Well, it's with the trustee. You try calling the trustee and getting any answers. I had to hire a bankruptcy attorney. That's where I'm at now. So that's why I'm trying to get my money back. I'll probably get, some of it back. How much, I don't know. But the reality is they emptied out my account. It wasn't as though they were trading for me or I had invested my money in their investment fund. By
the way, you were on RT basically this morning, and now it's breaking today. I wonder if you going public on national news brought this out. This is just incredible. So it took you basically a week to go ahead and figure out what was happening and go public. And this can move so quickly if you study history as you've done. Who knows what's going on with other companies right now? Like you said, look at Europe. Gerald, do you have that feeling like we're standing at the edge of a cliff collectively?
No. I feel like we're standing under a building that's collapsing and it's going to crush us. That's what I feel. Look at the names that they give these clowns. They got this committee in Washington that's going to figure out our debt problem. A super committee. Super committee. I mean, who are they kidding? A bunch of political hacks that have been hanging around forever on the government dole. Look at the numbers that came out today. 200 and more, over half of the senators and congressmen are multimillionaires. What are you kidding or what? You don't have a representative form of government. Oh, by the way, this is breaking news. Do you know how I've been talking about direct democracy? And we put up the website, directdemocracynow.org.
Yes, months ago.
Pick up yesterday's Financial Times, an interview with Vladimir Putin. You know what he's calling for, the changes in Russia? Quote, direct democracy. That's right. Vladimir Putin in Russia is saying, let the people vote. That is a solution. That's our only solution. because we have a gang of 535 that are telling us how to tie our shoes. The senators and congressmen.
Well, that was my final question, and we appreciate all your time. We're going to let you go, Gerald, and hopefully I can get you back up, say, Thursday or Friday to give us an update on this incredible story, maybe even tomorrow, but I plan to air this on the show tomorrow. What about, we know there's been insider trading in Congress, but now they've gone public and they say we're above the law. I mean, what about that? I mean, it's so crazy.
That's what I'm saying. And these are the people that are supposed to be representing us. You know, who made this up? How could any imbecile believe it? They don't represent us. They represent the people that stuff their pockets filled with cash. Look at that Dianne Feinstein. I want somebody out there to look up how much she was worth before she became Senator Feinstein and is now worth $60 million.
Well, Gerald, look at, I mean, in closing, look at Pelosi in a 2-year period had a 69% increase in her wealth when the general public's wealth went down by over 20%. It's incredible. Gerald, again, they will be brought to justice, though. The good news is these hubris-filled crooks are going to keep pushing till they finally destroy themselves. I mean, do you have any doubt that in the final equation, these banksters are going to be in some kind of financial Nuremberg trial like Madoff?
Not in the current system that it is now. Only if the people stand up and take a position. But again, you know, I'm all in favor of a peaceful revolution. And as I said, let's start with the spirit of Christmas and move from there forward.
All right. Well, we appreciate you joining us, and I look forward to speaking to you later. Gerald, we've had it up on screen while you've been on, but what's the best of the 2 URLs for folks to visit and get your incredible news alerts and also the trends forecaster?
Trendsjournal.com, trendsjournal.com, and we're updating every day as we move through this as well. So I'd love to update with you too, Alex.
Well, you should be on every channel. I mean, you've been on every channel. They should have you on every live show right now.
They don't want me on because who are they? Look who NBC just hired to be a correspondent. Chelsea Clinton.
Oh.
What more do you need
and look who she's
know?
Married to, one of these bankers.
Yeah, and what credentials she has, you know? Yeah, connected credentials. They don't want me on.
And she's married to one of the big loan sharks. I mean, it's government for and by loan sharks. Incredible. Gerald Celente, thanks for spending time with us.
Thank you, Alex.
I mean, it is hard to believe that this is happening, but it's admitted. And they just report it like, oh, they took all these people's money out of their personal accounts. Still a big deal. This is part of the insanity that we live under when we allow crooks to run things just because they're wearing fancy suits and have names like Henry Paulson. You saw the geoengineering chemtrail special report tonight. You saw what's happening with the honeybees dying off. And now Gerald Celente having his bank account robbed of 6+ figures. It is incredible. We'll be back tomorrow on the radio, breaking this down 11 a.m. Central, and we'll be back, of course, tomorrow night here for InfoWars Nightly News. We couldn't do any of this without your subscriptions, your support, all the things you're doing. That's why we've ramped up in the face of the depression and the global takeover, because we know that we've got to meet this threat. And we know that as the tyranny gets worse and worse, more and more people are going to be ready to wake up. Thank you for your support, and please spread the word about InfoWars.com, about Gerald Celente and his work, about the Nightly News. And if you're watching these videos out there in cyberspace, send them to your email list, post them on Facebook, send them out on Twitter. They're wanting to censor the web. These criminals want to bring in draconian control to protect themselves from the people. We've got to use the internet while it's still here. They're openly talking about shutting us down right now. We're risking our lives to bring you this information, because we know we've got a fighting chance to beat these people. And I will not have the alternative of living on my knees as a slave. It's victory or death. I'm Alex Jones. This has been the November 15th Marathon Edition 2011 of InfoWars Nightly News. Great job, crew.